Let's talk about the Holocaust. Today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day, a day when people around the world commemorate the lives of the millions of people who lost their lives at the hands of the Nazis during World War II. Unfortunately, it feels like this year's Remembrance Day couldn't come at a more profound time. Earlier this month, armed white supremacists and QAnon supporters stormed the US Capitol with explicit Nazi insignia. Meanwhile, the COVID-19 pandemic has seen a resurgence in online anti-Semitism, with conspiracies doing everything from blaming Jews for spreading the virus to capitalizing on the vaccine. Despite saying never again so many times, it seems like Hitler's hate is alive now more than ever. And the scary part is, it's using the same tactics to spread: propaganda, hate speech, extremist rallies. But while our history books do a pretty good job at telling the story of how the Nazis targeted the Jewish people, far fewer stories exist of how many other minorities were swept up in the violence as well. For example, LGBTQIA people were forced to wear a pink triangle to identify them, and were similarly arrested and taken to the concentration camps. And while queer communities around the world have since reclaimed this pink triangle as a symbol of pride, far fewer queer histories exist of what happened during the Holocaust. Romani or Roma people were also swept up in the raids and taken to the camps. Again, while thousands and maybe even tens of thousands of people lost their lives, far fewer stories exist about this community's experience of the Holocaust. Survivors and their descendants refer to it as the forgotten genocide. Mentally and physically disabled people were systematically killed. Polish and Slavic people, homeless people, drug addicts, unemployed people, and sex workers all lost their lives at the hands of the Nazis. While Hitler's Nazi Germany and the infamous final solution that it promoted were absolutely an assault on the Jewish people, it is important to remember that it was an assault on diversity on a wider scale. As we remember and commemorate the stories from the past, it is also important that we piece together the wider story to fight for diversity in the future. If you like that video, please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also check out the description box below for resources about combating anti-Semitism and Holocaust denialism.